And I can't get my head around that anymore. I actually wanted to make a different video today, which I will do soon. Hey Ez.
Hey, so
What's happening?
just chilling in the kitchen.
I want to make a different video today, but I've got to do something first, which is build a desk and a chair in this room. We've been to IKEA earlier today.
Oh my god.
Now I'm going to build it quick as I can, hopefully get that done soon, and then I'm going to make this video. Chair, desk. Today is actually the day after. I started putting the desk together about 4 o'clock yesterday. I thought it would only take about an hour. It actually took me about 4 hours because I messed up halfway through and I had to do it all again. I lost a few pieces, and by the end of it all I was sweating loads, I was really tired, and it was too late to make a video. But it's all done now, it's looking good, and I finally have a nice place to make videos like this. I only cut myself once. I still need to decorate the room a little bit. Might hang some stuff up on the walls. What I wanted to talk about today is quite a hot topic at the moment. I've actually wanted to make a video about it for a while, but I was kind of doing a few things and I had other things that I wanted to film. Anyway, so early January / mid-January, I can't remember the exact date, I decided to go vegan. Probably had you fooled with the title though, didn't I? You might remember in a video I made a while ago about podcasts, I mentioned at one point that I was considering going vegan. I will admit I'm not a vegan yet myself, but after listening to more and more, I'm really considering it now. It actually wasn't long after that, it was probably about a week after that I decided that's it. From now on, no meat and dairy for me. I pretty much did it overnight. It was a kind of a big commitment at the time. I'm so happy I did it. It's probably the best decision I've ever made. So I first started looking into it probably about a year ago, simply for health reasons. I looked into a few ultramarathon runners. A lot of them are vegan. A lot of the ones that I follow are vegan. And I thought, okay, can it improve my running? Will it improve my health in general? And then I thought before Christmas, definitely, I think I'm going to give it a go in the new year. But then after the new year, I kind of looked into the environmental impact the meat industry is having on the planet, and the cruelty and the torture and the murder of animals. It just kind of shocked me so much, which is crazy because it took me almost 27 years to figure out exactly where meat is coming from and how it goes from the farm to the slaughterhouse, into the supermarket, into the restaurants that you eat at, into everything. I don't want to contribute to that in any way anymore. It's just awful what happens to animals. In my opinion, we have no right to be doing this. These animals have every right to be here as we do, and just because we have the power to kill them and eat them doesn't mean that we have to. It's a matter of principle, really. Do I care about animals? Do I like animals? Yes, definitely, of course I do. I love animals. And do I care about the environment? And of course I care about my health as well, but out of them three things, I would say my health comes third, because what we're really doing to animals is murder. It really is. And the dairy industry is almost worse in a way, because they torture these poor animals, innocent animals, just to take and take and take to feed our cravings. A main turning point was watching documentaries like Cowspiracy and Forks Over Knives and Earthlings, Food Inc., and listening to things like Gary Yourofsky's speech on YouTube, which is incredible. I'll link them all down below, either to the trailer or the actual video. And I came to the conclusion, if I continue eating meat and continue having dairy, after knowing all the facts, just what the meat industry is doing to the planet, it's responsible for 51% of greenhouse gases. People will brush that aside and they'll probably even laugh, but really, it's phenomenal. You have to take notice of it. If I continued eating meat and dairy, I would be supporting the killing of animals, I'd be supporting the meat industry as a whole, and it would show that I really don't care about the planet. I can't do that. The amazing thing is about all of this is that not eating meat and dairy seems to be the most sensitive subject in the world. And a lot of the time there seems to be a real hatred towards vegans. A main reason for that is because vegans do come across as preachy a lot of the time. Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not preaching in this video, 100% not preaching. If I do come across like that, I'm sorry, it's just your interpretation, and it can be annoying. I get that, I completely get that. It can be infuriating for someone telling you that you're wrong and that you should be doing something another way. I really don't like that. I don't like people telling me that. To be honest, if it was a year ago and one of my friends said that they were vegan, I'd probably take the piss out of them as well. But the main reason people do act that way is because they feel it's such an important thing in life that they have to tell people about it, and they have to do all they can to change the way that we eat and the way that we live. There's loads of videos on YouTube, people mocking vegans. Okay, I get it, they get really annoyed with people preaching at them, but the only defense they have is to just mock what vegans say, because they know deep down that the meat industry is a cruel, horrible place, and that we really shouldn't be doing that in 2016. You do get angry vegans who shout at people and annoy people, and that for me is just not the way to act if you want to spread a message. So apart from that, apart from being annoying, I don't understand why people would dislike vegans, because at the end of the day, they're just trying to do the right thing. You kind of have a label as a vegan, which sometimes isn't a great thing because it leads them to think of you in a different way and kind of judge you maybe a little bit. You believe that what's going on right here, right now, in the real world is wrong, and that animals should not be treated like that. But as well as that, I enjoy it. I've become a better cook from being vegan. So many flavours and so many things you can do with vegetables, with plant-based food. And the amazing thing is, there's vegan sausages, there's vegan cheese. You can pretty much get everything that you had before without knowing that animals were slaughtered in the process. And honestly guys, they taste exactly the same, if not better. And it's quite funny because a lot of people say that cows and chickens and ducks and every other animal that we kill are so down in the food chain that they deserve to be killed in a way, that we should be killing them because they're there to provide us with food. And that is, number one, absolutely ridiculous and kind of funny in a way that you would really think that, because these animals aren't as cute as other animals that we love so much. Most people have pets. They have dogs that they love, they have cats, they have bunnies, they have hamsters, animals that we really admire, horses, lions, elephants, dolphins. If we were to kill them and eat them, there'd be uproar. There'd be absolute uproar. People would not stand for it. They're loving animals, they're loving a certain type of animal, but then they're putting another group of animals in a bracket that are okay to eat. So they're eating animals, but then they love them at the same time. And I can't get my head around that anymore. And then a lot of people will say, yeah, well, we ate meat back in the caveman times, you know, we're carnivores, we're meant to be hunting and doing that. We live in the 21st century, we live in 2016. There's a lot of things the human race did when they were cavemen that we don't do now. Why is that even an excuse? Every feature about the human body points towards herbivore. There's enough food grown on the planet to feed every single person. Every single person. Yet there's people starving in the world because so much of the food goes to the meat industry. And it's only because we've been brought up, we've been force-fed meat since we were babies pretty much, that we've acquired such a taste for it. And that's why we feel like we can never give it up. But in reality, you can do it overnight if you really want to. Meat provides protein, milk provides calcium, fish provides omega-3. We need them to survive, and otherwise we'll just perish and just stop existing. We'll be so weak we won't be able to do anything. But that really is just an incredible lie. It's a big myth. It's a crazy myth that we have to eat meat, we have to eat dairy. I get asked all the time as well, I've only been vegan for a few months, is where are you getting your protein from? Where are you getting your calcium from? Well, I'm getting them from plants. I'm getting them from nuts and seeds and grains and vegetables and fruit. Everything that you need grows from the ground. The amount of animal protein most people take in is killing us. It's contributing to the two main causes of death, which is heart disease and cancer. When you're drinking cow's milk, you're drinking the milk that is intended for a baby calf to grow big and strong. What I would recommend is people, when they have time, to watch Forks Over Knives. That explains just really what is going on, the health side of being vegan. Of course, it's not just all about food. A lot of them are killed to make clothes for us, like leather and suede. So I've made like a transition into getting rid of a few clothes that I had. I even had quite an expensive leather jacket that I saved up for a long time to get, and I sold that recently. I just didn't feel comfortable anymore wearing an animal like that. We live in an age now where you can just buy a fake version that looks exactly the same, so why does an animal have to die and have their skin ripped off to do it? A lot of people think if you're vegan, you're crazy, there's something wrong with you. But in actual fact, when you think about what vegans stand for and what they actually are about, it really isn't crazy. It's logical and just shows that you do care about animals. You don't think it's right that they're murdered in mass proportions just to feed us and at the same time destroy the planet. I do look at meat in a different way now. I am a little disgusted by it, but it doesn't mean that I need to argue with anyone or I need to hate on anyone. You know, nothing's changed in that respect. If people want to know why I'm vegan, I'm happy to explain to them. The fact of the matter is, you know, the planet, health and animal welfare are so crucial in today's environment, in today's society. More and more amazing animals are being extinct every year. We're destroying the ocean, we're destroying the ozone layer, water levels are rising, and yet you can look at that and you can think, ah, well, whatever, I'll be dead before any of that happens. Or you can think, actually, I want to try and do something about it. So everything I talked about will be linked below. I can't really say much more than check them out, give it the time. I'm not trying to force anyone to be a vegan or telling anyone what to do. Just wanted to tell you guys why it's important to me and why I'm vegan. That's it for now. Thanks for watching the video. If you did like it, please like it below and subscribe. I look forward to making more videos like this. Okay. 7 miles. 7 miles. Currently running really fast down a hill.